Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So, it is the beginning of June 2022, and we are having unseasonably wet weather and cool weather. My that's the dog. Hey, Leica. Yeah, she's talkative. Well, it's just me today. No Sarah, unfortunately. She had to do some work in Yakima, so I thought I'd head on out here, and we are at the lily pad Thunderegg location. Back down that way is the little Natchez bed, and I passed like 15 cars down there or so. There is, I want to say it's the Cascade Mineralogical Society field trip. I might get the name wrong of that club. I mean, they kind of blend for me. They blend. So yeah, we're gonna head up the hill here and poke around. It did rain, which is a little bit of a bummer. It might be a muddy mess. We'll see. Let's head on up. All right, Leica, pull me. Come on, dog. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a rough dig. We are muddy. So, I've worked in that pit, and it's not the best. I'm gonna keep going. All right. Yeah. At least it's a little dry in here. This is the one I kind of wanted to, Whoa. Dang, people getting crazy up here digging under this. But, so here's the thing. These little Thundereggs, that's really steep, by the way. These little Thundereggs are amazing. They cut beautifully. They look super good. And while people kind of leave them behind, you know? They leave them behind. I'm tempted to even screen. I have a screen some of this material, but you know, you can see here. That's what these look like on the inside. Absolutely beautiful. So, I'm gonna get some stuff. I'm gonna tie the dog to a tree, and I think we're gonna have at it. So I always go places with the intention of screening material. Like I bring a screen, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna screen, and it's gonna be good. I'm gonna find a bunch of stuff, and then literally, I've like never used it outside of some gold prospecting because just every time I go somewhere, it's always wet. It's like I'm digging in mud, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But yeah. So it's like a 45-degree angle. So yeah, these guys, very, very pretty little Thundereggs on the inside. And the nice thing is they cut super easy. Probably on my way out, I might knock some of this stuff down. Try to make it a little safer for the next people because, you know, so to give you kind of an idea, right? A 5-gallon bucket of rock weighs like 80 pounds, 90 pounds. Digging under these types of overhangs is a bad idea. It should be really, really avoided, you know? And don't be ashamed just to pick up some scraps. They can be amazing. They can be amazing. And don't be afraid to find something like this and just face cut it and be good. Once you have a good couple of nice specimens, like it's almost a little bit of a waste to try and dig under these types of things because, yeah, I mean, that. But yeah, like these are good eggs. These are good eggs in here. It is quite dirty. But I have my little my peanut butter jar, and that's the goal here, to put some in there. Yeah, I mean, if this was dry, a screen would be so awesome. So awesome. So just kind of poking around here, it's like, that's going to be a cool Thunderegg. That'll be, oh, I could face cut that. That'll be pretty. That's going to be cool. That's good. That'll be, well, that could be like a face. I could cut the face off of that. You know, I think once you have some book matched pairs, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of good at some point, you know. A lot of people, I think, pick up kind of some of the wrong stuff. But you know, to teach their own. I'm not here to tell people how to do things. Everybody wants the biggest Thundereggs, but sometimes the smaller Thundereggs have finer detail in them, which is cool. That could be a fun one. Yeah, people are going for the biggies out here. When I say biggies, they, you know, inch or 2 inches can be found, but that comes at a cost. Hard labor. So this is a broken one, but I think it does a good job of showing what the potential is with these. That's about 8 minutes of picking, and there's some beautiful little eggs in there. Absolutely gorgeous little guys. One of my favorite things for going rock hounding. Well, let me show. I'm going to show you one of my favorite things to bring with me. People usually think the knee pads are a little dorky, and maybe they are, but that would be my knees and my pants, and I'm almost 40, so yeah, I don't want to be kneeling on the ground. I just kind of been working right in here, kind of like right in there, and just dragging some of the stuff out. And in like 20 minutes or so, I got half a bucket, which is cool. I'm kind of debating, though, on what I should do here to leave this. On one hand, knocking some of this down does make it safer. On the other hand, it's kind of undercutting trees more. So, you know, because typically, I always knock down the overhangs as I find them, and we do have dead wood above us. I don't know if I really want to be like under this, hacking away. I mean, I have to think of her. Yeah. Something I should think about. You let me know. In this type of situation right here, where you have an overhang with trees above that are dead, do you knock it down to make it safe for the next person? Obviously not working under it, and just kind of like working right in here feels a lot safer. And then I was also over there, and while you saw, I picked through this pile, and I got some excellent pieces. Yeah, interesting things. Leica is being very quiet. Usually when Sarah's not around, she's oohing and awing and going bananas, but she's just eating a tree instead. So my plan was to kind of spend the greater afternoon out here, and well, I guess that doesn't have to happen. That doesn't have to happen. Let me show you how many Thunder eggs I got. Just kind of scooping off of the ground of stuff people passed on. Well, that many. So, yeah, that's not bad. That's like a lifetime supply for me. I don't need any more than that. That's a 2-gallon bucket filled with some nice little guys. So this is everything. And for once, I have water. So let's wet some of these down. Obviously, these are Thundereggs, so you need to cut them, or don't really break them. Like that's kind of not the way to do it. But you can kind of see some of the colors in these. There's some connected ones on this. That's why I picked that up. So you can also find these blocks out here, and the blocks are pretty cool. They look pretty good on the inside. We're going to be heading back to the shop and giving... Oh, well, there you go. You can kind of see there. That's what a lot of the loose ones will look like. You can get some different colors in here as well, but these are pretty nice. Oh man, so much cleaning to do. So I highly suggest you go and watch some of the other videos that I've done here at this location. You can... Mike is being talkative now. You can see them up on the website, currently rockhounding.com, and let's talk about some of the other material in case you're new here and you weren't watching the channel a year ago. So here is the road up, and I also have some exclusive videos up on the website that never made it to the YouTube channel. You can check those out if you want. This is the material that people sometimes work. So we have rhyolite with these Thundereggs in it, and this brown rhyolite really is crumbly. It doesn't hold up well in the saw. So I would suggest not picking up that stuff. Some of the rhyolite that is more green, like that's, we got like the green rhyolite versus the brown rhyolite. Brown rhyolite, not good. Green rhyolite, much better, but still kind of, the goal is the Thundereggs. So people have worked this kind of little road cut on this logging road and taken home a bunch of not super great stuff. Over here, people have made some mistaken identities with some of the rocks and have called sliding this obsidian, which this is not obsidian. These are not obsidian boulders here. This is serpentine. These are serpentine boulders. If you don't believe me, well, it's up to you, but these are definitely in the serpentine subgroup, which the subgroup of serpentine, it's a bunch of different things, and that's that. It's noon. I'm going to eat some lunch, head back into town, pick up Sarah from her job. I will catch you back in the shop. We'll look at some of these cleaned up. Talkative. Back from the lily pad bed, I've done a bunch of cleanup on stuff and kind of gone through and picked some things and cut some things and high graded, and let's give this a look here. Well, so let's start with what is not good. This is all of the stuff that once I've cleaned it all up, I would say is not very good. Right now there is agate, there is chalcedony, whatever you want to call it, in this stuff. Like there might be something in here, but it's just simply not worth the time to go through and try to cut it all out. So this, like this, could there be something in there? Sure. Is it worth the time to cut it? It is not. So that is going to get dumped out back. Some of the bigger things that is worth keeping will be this. So you can see in here we have some more complete eggs, and we have some nicer clusters which have potential. So I'm going to keep some of this because just in my own experience, I can tell that this has got a little bit more of a reward in it. So we're going to be keeping this. So, but the really good stuff, okay? Now, here's the thing. You don't need to spend a lot of time there and collect a ton of stuff. There is 2 peanut butter jars full of complete eggs. I should probably dump this out and let those fully dry before putting the lid on. But that is a lot of cutting. That is a lot. There's a lot of eggs here, okay? I did do some cutting, but before we get into that, let's look at some of the more unique things that I found up there. We're going to be using a little bit of water on these since, well, I didn't polish anything. Only so many hours, right? So I actually got a core. I found a loose core up there, which is kind of fun. I've never actually found a core up there, so probably keep that. I did find a couple of broken ones, which is kind of fun. And this will give you a little bit of insight into what is in store. So that is what you're looking for. Look at the cute little egg. Now, obviously, this one is pretty small, but there we go. You can kind of see we have some beautiful little color in there. Quite nice. And some of them have very, very fine fortifications. Let's look at the cuts, though. I also found a couple of tubes, right? Look at that. How good is that? It's a lovely piece. Tilt this light up. How about that? Boom. Look at that lovely piece. Some of the different eggs I did do. Some decent cutting. Look at that. That's a fun one. And these will take a great polish. I've polished up some of these. There's some photos up on the website of that. And, man, you can just kind of see, I think, some of the amount of work. Look at this with the little teeny tiny pressure ridges. Teeny tiny pressure ridges. Oh, man. If you don't know about pressure ridges, I have a video up. This is backwards, this one over here. Teeny tiny pressure ridges. A little clear calcity in there. About a double. Look at that double Thunderegg. Another fun double. These just have such like interesting stuff going on inside them, and they're so quick to cut, you know? Like you can zip through these on a trim saw in no time. And I cut all of these using my $4 trim saw blade, which if you haven't watched that video, you might want to go watch that. Save you some money maybe on a super thin trim saw blade. But the only one I cut that was like kind of meh on was probably this one. I don't know if that one's going to make it ever to a polish. I only found two tubes, and they have some lovely little fortification in there. Very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks for coming by, watching what I have here, and enjoy. The lily pad location is quite abundant, isn't it? Oh, real quick, let's look at this guy, because, you know, why not? So this one, I'll probably cut all the way around it because it's kind of a fun piece, and we'll maybe show that in a future video. This would be a good thing to maybe if you were into rock tumbling. I don't have a rock tumbler, so it's not really my thing, but I have seen people tumble up some of this stuff, and it comes out looking great. Well, we're going to leave this one here. Thanks for coming by, and I will catch you guys on the next video.